Hello, good evening, SC viewers. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Chinedu, we learned that the protests that rocked Nigeria, major cities in Nigeria yesterday, talking about Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and all other major cities in Nigeria. The herdsmen virtually invaded the protest ground and chased people away.
Everybody was surprised. We don't know actually whether the herdsmen actually misdirection or misroad. From running from one safe point to another. But we saw it play out very clearly that the herdsmen and the protesters and even the police, everybody was on the road yesterday. There was clashes. They don't know where to start from, and unfortunately, this happens somewhere in Nigeria, where we have a city that is very close to government, to the power. Well, that keeps us at this point in time. It looks like Nigerians are strongly standing up against anything that has to do with herdsmen. It surprises me.
Or rather, is herdsmen now an official security agency in Nigeria?
I don't know. That's what the question was thrown everywhere. And it becomes a mystery to Nigerians, and of course the protesters themselves and those who organize the protest. How come all of a sudden herdsmen were ran into them? Everything went into a kind of a chaos situation. We don't know whether they are going to tackle the police who are against the strike. We don't know whether the protesters are actually going to carry out the protest. But it tells you that what is going on is herdsmen, protesters, police clash. That's the basic.
And even the police equally use tear gas to disperse protesters in Port Harcourt and in Abuja.
Yes, is that what will land? But a lot of people, I think you can see the nature the whole thing is going. Me, I am not against protest, and I'm against police using force, brutality to muzzle down or to stop anything that has to do with a protest. Sowore and the rest of the Take Back Nigeria should be commended anyway. Let me put that way. But looking at it the other side, what is actually the impact of this protest on Nigeria? I think there should be another angle to coming out to protest on issues that are directly affecting the masses.
But Mr. Chinedu, I think the bottom line is this is a cyber crime. There's police angle of using it to harm Nigerians, abusing that act or that law. That informed the protest. And again, the issue of state of emergency, that the president do not have right to impose a emergency. Those are two major issues that instigated.
Yes, but out of 4,000 civil society organizations in Nigeria, why is it that we are only seeing this Take It Back Nigeria or whatever, Take Back Nigeria or whatever it is? And what is this?
Maybe they actually want to take Nigeria back.
No, I'm looking at the significance of the impact of the protest always. This is not the first time we saw the hunger strike. Has the hunger stopped? Has government been able to change their policies? We've seen another one, cybercrime or whatever. Okay, and agreed. You have alerted the world. But I think we wanted to see a situation where the Nigerian Labour Congress is joining, National Union is joining, TUC is joining, Pengasin, everybody, all the labor union,
to bring the necessary pressure on government.
That is nothing. That's nothing. You understand? So it makes me everything. Okay, look at when you talk about protests in Nigeria. Now, what they tell you? The northern youth has already distanced themselves. They're no longer interested. Of course, the Biafrans, the Igbos themselves, know fully well that it is no Igbo area or on their own side, considering the sentiment that they have against Igbos when it comes to any issue that has to do with protests of this kind, especially when it's being tailored against this kind of people we are having in Abuja currently now. And that is one of the reasons why maybe possibly the herdsmen were deployed by some elements or some forces that felt that it's an opportunity to still register the presence of herdsmen. That herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen are capable to disrupt anything in Nigeria. And that's what the message they are trying to pass.
In fairness to northern youth for boycotting protests, because the other time they engaged in protests, we saw some minors arrested and in court, a situation that made the whole world to start reacting. and some of them were being charged for treason and all that. That is the reason they would have advised themselves that no need to participate.
No, that is not the reason. It's just that it was not. They did not act in a fair way of carrying out some level of process. Some of them brought vengeance, party vengeance into it. Some of them brought some kind of sentiment into it. Some of them also brought, before that protest also, there was this issue of Niger government trying to invade Niger, Niger, and Niger interest in the north, coupled with the Russian influence within the Sahel region too, So those are the things that those are the sentiment that was actually playing us at that particular time. But that is not the reason why, so some of them, they were apprehended at that level. Remember that the arrest of those youths as at that time was because, one, they were holding a Russian flag or whatever. That was the sentiment that was built around it by the government and all that. But what we are saying is that the North seem to have, a foot. They don't have that interest. The foot drag, or how would I put it? They have certain reservation when it comes to, going against any of their interests in a form of protest. And because of the kind of system and culture and tradition they operate, they pledge their allegiance and their loyalty to one single person. So anything that person says or does or do because it influences others at that regard. So what I'm saying is that is not the real reason why the entire northern state should step aside. And remember too that this is APC government. They have certain influence within the governors of the APC in the north.
Okay, now looking at the reason the southeastern youth always stand aloof and avoid protests, because we understand that anytime they are involved, they will kind of try to stereotype and maybe blackmail that it is an Igbo thing. Don't you think that justified to stay away?
Yeah, no. Apart from that, there are this injustice and gang up against anything that has to do with Eastern region in Nigeria. It has been there for a very long time, and it has been on and on and on and on and on, and it became very significant.
But don't you think Igbos are justified to stay away?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, because what I'm saying. The reason. One of the reasons Igbos have more investment than any tribe in Nigeria, as I'm taking to you. And if there's anything that goes completely, if there's any breakdown of law and order, Igbo businesses are being targeted. And these are people who are not connected to government investment. These are people who individually, build their business structure, build their businesses to the level where they feel that they have gotten to. And all those who want to still move forward in advancement, they carry on. So imagine a situation just because of one single government policy that has nothing, the direct effect on the government itself, or the people. Somebody will just emerge from nowhere and not a certain because of envy or whatever reservation and light up the whole place. And
don't show that they are justified to stay away from
that is on the other side. 2, the perceived marginalization. 3, the denial of Igbo's electoral strength in Nigeria. 4, the issue of P2B is also a factor. It is now that the Northerners are coming out to claim that P2B actually won that election. Sorry, Erufai came out and said that P2B actually won that election. Just recently, is it now that coming out to tell the whole world that Obi actually won the election as at that time? So if you look at all these things, look at the issue when the Igbos wanted to vote here in Lagos. You saw what played out. Millions of thugs were unleashed on the Igbo businesses and voters and electors. You can understand that. So it has gotten to a point that the Igbos are actually now understanding Nigeria. It is only Nigeria that cannot understand the Igbos, but Igbos have come to a point that they have now understand Nigeria in total. So they know at every point in time which step to take, either right or left. And you can see for some time now.
So it's like cat and mouse game.
Of course, it's been recognized everywhere between the Yorubas and the Northerners. They recognize this sentiment very clearly. There's no doubt about that. Anybody that's telling you that does not stand the truth. But the truth remains that this is what we see on daily basis. Okay, look at the recent appointment of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You can see how everywhere is Yoruba, every corner is Yoruba. Even when they pleaded on him to appoint an Igbo NNPC limited boss. You know, you see,
But beyond Yorubas, they're even saying it's Lagos dynasty that is holding the vote.
of course, no. Now they have to understand that Tinubu want to break the country. That's what the Northerners are saying now. That's why he's making sure that in all the powerful sectors, ministries, agencies in Nigeria, that the Yorubas are occupying them. It's a sign of Odua nation.
But I don't think they're not to fight back in due course.
The North is want to see how they are going to romance the Easterners now, but the Easterners are very careful over